me see if this shit work. Y'all hear that? Right. What up, Mark? Hey, Mark, look, tell me if you could hear like, you hear anything? Audio is great. Good looking, good looking. You hear any, tell me if you hear any sound effects. Oh, you did? You heard the line? All right. So that, so that's laughing right there when I did that. All right. All right, so yeah, man, we breakout players, right? Me and Marv's already talked about this. This is just straight Raider edition, though. Um, we got different guys um, who it's two different categories really. Dudes that we are expecting, like young guys that's coming um they've been developed, they just got drafted. They in their second year, whatever. It's time for them to step up. We got those type of guys. Then we got guys that might get cut. You know what I'm saying? If they don't step up, um, not only are they going to not help the Raiders. Good looking, Coop. Appreciate you, my guy. Man, there we go. Knock that out real quick. Appreciate you, man. Um, some of them dudes might not even make the team. So, breakout players, man. We're going to start on offense, on the offensive side of the ball for the Raiders. All right, what's up, Long Beach? Right? Um, so, quarterback, we don't need a breakout season at quarterback. We need Geno to come and just be consistently Geno, what he's been for the last like couple seasons, maybe 3 seasons or so. Last year, he was one of the most accurate QBs, I think number 2 in accuracy, right? Threw for 4 Gs. Um, we just need to Geno to make some better decisions when it pressure is closing in on. That's it. We don't need Geno to have a breakout year, and in that way, we don't need um, Aiden O'Connell either to have a breakout year. Because if he has a breakout year, then that means it went all bad anyway. So quarterback room is tight. Tap the screen for me, y'all. Quarterback room is tight. Um, so running backs. Okay, this is where it begins. So the young fella, Dylan Laube, that's what I want to start with. I wasn't going to start with him, but I'm starting with him. He is one of those ones that might get cut, right? 7th round pick from New Hampshire, returned some kicks, was good, was decent on special teams. Um, got the rock the one time and fumbled against the Steelers, and then they never gave him the ball again. He never ran the ball from scrimmage again after that. And that was like week 5. However, he's a young guy, late round pick. He was kind of a project for the past regime. That was Telesco and AP. So these guys didn't draft him. Pete Carroll, Johnny Spytek didn't draft um, Dylan Laube. So they got no loyalty to him. They brought in Mostert. They drafted Genty, right? So they're not really tripping off him. and Sincere McCormick is back. He's back healthy and at football practice. And then you got Zamir White. So the running back room is awful crowded. Um, that's just how it is in the league, man. This dude has real action at getting cut. That's what I that's my belief about Dylan Lowry. He's one guy that got real good solid action and not making not making the roster. I'll be the laugh, man. But yeah, I think outside of some type of miracle, man, yeah, he's probably gonna get cut. So he needs to break out training camp, and then after that a breakout season just to stay around. That's Dylan Lowry. All right. Now, what up? What up, Afakashi? What up, my guy? Chilling, man. Talking about breakout players for the Raiders this year. I started off Dylan Lowry. Dylan Lowry needs it just as a way to stay in the league. You know, the way to keep a job. So, staying in the running back room, though. Staying in the running back room. My main man, Zamir White. Everybody can agree that last year, for him, it was something like this here. Right? So, he did show some promise, though, at the end of 2023, right? When Josh Jacobs was hurt, I want to say my main man, Zamir. What's up? What's up, Cheese? Or Cheese? NFL News Podcast. Salute, my guy. What else was I saying? Oh, so Josh was hurt them last Chewy. All right, bro. All right, so Josh was hurt those last few years. Last few games of 2023. Zamir took over, did well, had 400 yards, and then we all remembered it when he closed the Chiefs out that day in Kansas City on Christmas. You know, we was yeah, hell no, it was bad. It was bad. For Kasi, I know it was terrible. But so I'm setting it up though. So he closed out strong. So we got one, right? That's what we thinking. All the Raider fans like, oh, we got one. We don't need Jacobs. The powers that be felt like they didn't even need to re-sign Josh, right? They didn't even offer Josh a contract. They just let him walk. We thought we had one. And then this dude, we started the season with him, and it was awesome. You know what I'm saying? So, but we're going to give you another chance, Zamir, because a couple factors with you. They changed from what we was running the prior year in 23. They changed to a zone blocking scheme, and they had the same linemen that they had. And the coaching of the change in scheme was probably suspect because the dude who was coaching O-line never coached O-line before by himself, right? So he's a guy that was an assistant O-line coach, which later they ended up bringing in Philbin to help him out. So they tried to go with a different scheme. I hear you. They tried to go with a different scheme. It wasn't working. Zamir was in a new scheme from the year before where he had success, and it did not work. Plus, you was out there fumbling, Zamir. So that's the thing, man. You was out there fumbling, though, bro. You damn near fumbled away the Ravens game. We luckily won that. That's back early in the season when we thought we was going to have a decent year. And just overall, bro, I got my guy right here, Akasi. He said he thinks Zamir going to get cut and Lowry's going to make the team. The opposite of what I'm what I've said. So here's the thing, though. At least Zamir White can say, I have ran the ball in the National Football League and got yards, right? Last year wasn't good, but in 23 he actually did do that in the National Football League, winning, in a game when it counted and all that, man. So Laube ain't never did nothing like that. The most Laube has ever done. What up, JD? What up, my guy? Nephew in the building. Um, only thing Laube's ever done was had that good kickoff return against the Steelers, I believe it was, or maybe the Broncos. I'm mixing the games up. I was watching a lot of games recently, but y'all know what I'm talking about. I think it's against Denver. When we played Denver at the crib, he had that maybe like a 45-yard kick return. Other than that, man, he didn't do nothing. He's got no, you know, skin in the game, as they say. Zamir White at least has played in the National Football League, ran the ball, and got yards, where he was the feature back. So Laube can't say that. So I'm thinking Laube got real action at getting cut, and Zamir White needs a breakout year. He needs a breakout everything: training camp, year, weight room, strength. The plyometrics training, speed training, you name it. He needs breakout and all that because he is in danger of not being in the league as well, or definitely not being a Raider for sure. So Zamir White. Not yeah, it wasn't against the Steelers. I watched the Steelers game, like a lot of it. That's why I'm mixing the two up. You're right. It was against the Broncos. Coop corrected me on that. Uh, there you go, Coop. So when we talking breakout players, all right, running back room, those two guys, Laube and Zamir White. We know McCormick is a decent back, so McCormick got action at being like that third guy, I would say, behind Genty and Mostert. Or maybe McCormick ends up being before Mostert or something, because we know they didn't draft Genty to, back up nobody. So, we talking about a third guy, maybe a guy that gets in when, different situations, situational guy. Or sometimes, a guy that starts off the series, get the ball on first and second down, and then as the drive goes on, they bring Genty back in, that type of guy. McCormick has real action at doing that. And Sincere, I would just tell you to leave the cleats that you had on when you first started last year. Go with those cleats, man, because when you change cleats, you put them low tops joints on, that's when you hurt your ankle, I believe it was. So go with them. I think them 3/4 cleats you had, bro. Don't try to get ice when they come with the cleats day and all that. Where I don't know, do they still do that in the league where they give them like the day where they get their own designer cleats or whatever? Be careful, bro. Stay healthy, because you was running the football with this same O-line. So you can say that. You can say, hey, with these same guys right here, bro, besides Kappa, good looking, my guy who sent that. JD, appreciate you, nephew. You can say, I did that before. So, man, we looking forward to it. Good looking out, JD. All right, so offensively, we made it past the QBs and the running backs, right? We think we're going to keep Zamir, Sincere, Raheem, and Ashton. It's going to be our 4 running backs. Good looking, JD. Appreciate it, man. That looks good on me, too, man. Now, receivers. Let's go to the receivers. All right. I'm going to just get right to it, man. Trey Tucker, my guy. This is good looking, Coop. Appreciate you, man. That was you sent the crown. Good looking, man. Appreciate you, bro. You already know. So yeah, my main man Trey Tucker. All right, you have had a couple years already in the offense or on the team because the offense is about to be different. So I'm going to give you that. You have showed some promise. All right, you have played, started games in the National Football League, made catches, first downs, all that, scored touchdowns. Um, you need a breakout season though, Trey, because they drafted Dante Thornton. That's my main man Coop's guy. Coop, that was a guy that Coop wanted on the Steelers. Uh, he'll tell you that. He's in the chat right now if you ask him. No big deal, Marv. Say what's up. Go over and follow him. But the Raiders drafted him. Dante Thornton is faster, just as fast, if not faster, than Trey Tucker. Trey Tucker goes about 5'9" to Dante Thornton 6'5". All right, so you got a bigger target running just as fast. So now, here's the thing. What's going to be the chemistry with Geno? Right? I feel like Trey needs to get in there. Like right now, he should be over Geno's house. Like, you know what I mean? Just knocking on Geno's door at like 6:30, man, just to go hang out, man. And throw, not throw, just go get some lunch, man. Hang out, man. Learn everything about Geno that you can, because when the training camp starts, man, you're going to need to be on point with him. You're going to need to be a little bit more advanced than the rookie, right? You should be more advanced because it's going to be a third year in the National Football League. So you got that on the rook, and then you need to get with Geno, man. I'm telling you, if you don't get with Geno and make it a connection and make it to where, like, he trusts you and he's looking for you, and in camp that starts to show and the coaches see that, I'm afraid I don't want to put Trey Tucker as a cut candidate. I don't think he's going to get cut. But, man, they drafted Dante Thornton. They drafted Jack Best. They already got Jacoby Myers. And then there's some other youngsters, man, like the guy Tommy Malott. That's the former quarterback from Montana. Touchdown Tommy. So they got some weapons in the receiving room, in the receiving core. And once again, like Dylan Lowby and them, they didn't draft you, Trey Tucker. These guys didn't draft you, Trey Tucker. So you definitely are going to need a breakout year. You're going to need to make a statement. I'm saying somewhere in the neighborhood of 800 to 1,200 yards. I know that's kind of broad. And double-digit TDs, though. If you could do that, I know double digits, that's a lot. All right. 8 tugs. If you could go 808, now you're a guy that says, I need to be kept on the roster. I am an asset on this ball club, because I'm going to be honest, man, you had some good flashes, but a lot of times I'm going to just say it again. I said it in one of my videos before. The body catches and the catching and kind of like falling when you should have been able to catch it and keep going. Not maximizing the plays. I just feel like, man, you wasn't getting the most out of your opportunity. But now you have to, bro. You have to maximize your opportunities. Because if you don't, you might not get cut, Trey Tucker, but you're not finna be playing, man. You're not about to be getting in, man. Because they got these youngsters, and then blocking is gonna be important. And with you not being that big a guy, I don't think blocking is a strong suit. I ain't gonna say you can't block, but I will go so far as to say that That's not one of the strong parts of your game, right? Um, like the live, y'all share. Like the live and share it out, man. Tap up the screen for me. Appreciate y'all. Um, so that's Trey Tucker. We in the receivers. All right, we can go to tight ends, right? Tight end room is pretty solid. The dude, Ian Smith, showed up. They said he was sweet. He been sweet in OTAs and basically spring practice. And some situations where it was 12, 13 personnel on the Raiders. So we like, all right, we got good. We know we got Brock Bowers, who last year basically showed that he was top three TEs in football. And I mean that when I say that. Top three tight ends in football as a rookie. Even though some of his stats, some of his yards and whatnot was in garbage time. But still, he made the catches, he made the runs, he made the touchdowns, he made the first downs. He had 112 catches. Understand me? So Brock, we know, is live. Brock is live. Um, Now, who's suspect in my opinion is Michael Mayer, man. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Uh, he needs a breakout year. Michael Mayer needs a breakout year. Tap the screen, y'all. Let's push through. We already at 7Gs. Let's push up to 8Gs. 8Gs likes, 8K likes. Like I was saying though, Mayer. I don't know how y'all feel about him. If somebody in the chat they got something they want to say. They got something they want to say about Mayer and his performance. You tell me. But I feel like dude is almost at the bus point. Yeah, let's go 10K. Yeah, that's right, cool. Tap up, y'all. We get we going to 10K. Yeah, JD. Good looking nephew. Um, Mayor, man, he be out there missing blocks. Hey, tell me, JD or Marv, I'm echoing. I got the echo going. Do it sound? Do it sound echoish? All right. Well, yeah. I'm just saying, Mayor. I don't want to like seem like I'm hating on Mayor. It did. It sound dope. Let me talk about Mayor in the echo chamber. Yo, Michael Mayer. I'm just saying, bro. You first first and foremost, the year with Josh McDaniels and AP, you had that situation where you said you felt like you didn't want to play no more, even though you stayed around and you were there, but you said you went through some stuff. All right, then fast forward to last year. Last year you left the team after I think 4 games to deal with personal issues that nobody still knows what that was. And that's your business, man. We don't have no rights or whatever to be knowing all about your business or whatever. So that's on you, man. But bro, you was out there missing blocks. You know you was too. Talk Raider Ragu. I like that, man. Uh, you was out there missing blocks, bro. Um, and you caught a few passes, but I'm gonna keep it 1,000 wild. You was out there getting tattooed after you caught the rock. Like no real threat after the catch, man. You gotta make up in your mind, man. You gonna catch it, turn around, and run at guys, bro. Run at them DBs. Don't be trying to get away from dudes. You see a linebacker coming, man, buck up with him. Don't let these dudes be out there tattooing you. Tap the screen, y'all. You be out there getting tattooed and be missing blocks. All right. So let's set some let's set some goals for you, Michael Mayer. And I'm gonna say what I want to see from you is 700 and at least 6 tuds. And I want you to be blocking your you know what off when we running that football. That's what I need to see from you, man, or you can get on. You definitely need a breakout year, Michael Mayer. All right? So, let's recap real quick. We on offense. Quarterbacks is cool because we got Geno. Zamir and Laube need breakouts. Laube needs to break out everything or he might get cut. Trey Tucker needs a breakout. Michael Mayer needs a breakout. Down to the O-line. Take the echo off. You talking O-line, you know what I mean? You getting down back to serious business. So, I'm going to get straight to it, man. Dylan Parham, offensive guard. I definitely don't see a way that you're going to hold on to your starting job. I think the days of you starting for the Raiders are over, bro. I could be wrong. And you've had a lot of time. Josh McDaniels and them drafted you, right? So that was after the 21 season. So it's 22. You played 22, 23, and 24. This is about to be your 4th year. And I ain't gonna lie, man. I grew so tired of you getting pushed back into the quarterback's lap. 10K, yeah, babe. Yeah, yes, go. Let's go. Be happy about that. So, Dylan Parham, you, my brother, you gonna need some help. Just making the squad, you're gonna need some help to actually get out there for anything. Your best bet is to try to be here's the good looking out, JD. Here's your passage or pathway to making the ball club. You need to be able to play both guards. I'm talking about Dylan Parham. You got to play both guards and center, right? You got to be the backup for all 3 of those spots. All right, and then when you get in there, you got to play better than you have been playing. So there is a pathway for you to actually make the ball club. I don't really think you're going to start. I believe that Jordan Meredith and Alex Kappa are going to start guards. JPJ at the center, Colton, and DJ Glaze. That's what I think is going to happen. But pathway for you to stay on the squad and actually be relevant as well in the National Football League is if you can be a backup across 3 spots on the line. The center and both guards, which you can do. You can do that. Good looking, JD. So, everybody else, bro, on the O-line is good to go. I could say I'm going to see a breakout year from JPJ, but I want JPJ to be JPJ. 1 full year of training camp, 1 full year at the center position, and see what's up with him. DJ, who don't nobody be talking about, is the man, bro. If they don't talk about you and you play offensive tackle in the league and they not really saying your name or nothing, that's good, bro. That means you're not out there false starting, you're not out there holding, and you're not out there giving up sacks. You probably doing your job. And it don't look flashy a lot of the time. So people not going to talk about you, but I would say great job by him. And he not going. We don't you know per se need a breakout from DJ Glaze, but I think DJ Glaze is about to take another step forward in his career. He's going to be a really good offensive lineman, I think. So we got the whole offense right there. All right, sum it back up. QBs, we good. We need breakouts from Lauby and Zamir White. We need breakout from Trey Tucker and Michael Mayer. And to stay around, man, Dylan Parham, you're going to need a breakout season. You're going to need to play the best that you have ever played since you've been a Raider. So that's the entire offense of the Raiders and who needs to break out. If we get that, if we get those breakout seasons, Raiders are going to be all right, man. Offensively, anyway. I didn't get to the defense yet, but if the dudes that I named improve their play from the years that they've been on the team, the Raiders are going to be that much better just for that. So that's going to be worth a couple wins. Just if these offensive guys that I just said are better, that'll be worth 2 wins. So now we up at like 6 wins. We won 4 games last year. So we can go defense, or I could say defense for tomorrow, and we just sit here and chop it up about some foot or something right now. What's up with you, Coop? You ain't working? What you got going, man? I wonder if I invite you on, can I hear the sound effect? I said, I can't even hear it. I would love to hear it. I got this little joint. I've been had it, but I sound way out right there. Oh, JD, you at work? Oh, on the grade? Oh, all right, man. I'm glad to be able to entertain you in your last hour. What time you get off? 7? Oh, you at the all right having breakfast? All right, Marv, yeah, for sure, brother. That's right, man. Appreciate you tuning in, man. All right, JD, yeah, we'll go. We'll go until my nephew get off. And he about to get off. So yeah, man, good looking. I appreciate everybody messing with me on this one. And yeah, I just got back to my regular voice. See what this one do. So yeah, appreciate everybody, man. Good looking on the tap in the screen. We had 11.5K likes. Let's go to 12 real quick. 12 G's, 12K, 12 thou wow, 12 thou wow. Can we get 12 thou wow? So yeah, just chopping it. We did the offense. Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's my nephew. JD, that's my guy. If you watch my channel, JD, you know who that is, man. That's Marv. That's the Honorable Chef Marv right there, man. It's my brother. Um, but yeah, we talked about the breakout players for the Raiders offense. If they break out, the Raiders are gonna be better for it. Right? Lauby, White, Tucker, Mayer, Parham. We ain't gonna ask for breakouts for rookies because they just making their way in the league. We're not about to ask rookies to, be nothing but a rookie that first year. Like Genty, perhaps with Genty, you know what I'm saying? Perhaps with Genty, we might be looking for a little something. But we're not gonna put that out there. We're gonna let that just happen with Ashton, right? So we're not gonna look out for breakout. We're not gonna call out breakouts for rookies because I don't think that's a fair thing to do. The game is tough enough to play on the pro level and to have expectations as a rookie coming in. We just want you to make it through the year and be your best self, rookies, and get with the program, man. Learn how to be a pro and play hard. Uh-huh. So that's what I'm saying. The breakouts are gonna be the guys that I mentioned, and the rookies. Hopefully, they come in and do their thing as well. 12K likes, appreciate it, man. That's all good right there. We just gonna be on a few more minutes, chopping it up. Any Raider fans over here, YouTube, TikTok, anybody got any Raiders that they think on offense need to have a breakout year? Anybody you think got action at getting cut if they don't step it up? Anybody in the chat think that the Raiders got somebody on offense that needs to step it up this year? Besides the guys I mentioned, what I got, a 5-pack? Got a 5-pack of guys. Laube, White, Tucker, Mayer, Parham. A 5-pack. Got that 5-pack of Raider players that need to improve. Need breakout years. Couple of them need to break out everything just to stay around. Laube, one of them in my opinion. Perhaps Parham. My man earlier on the YouTube, he said he think Zamir White gonna get cut, which is a legitimate prospect. That could happen because last year was not good. He put up his stats. It was one of the years that we ever had. Maybe Jacoby. You know what's interesting, Coop? They haven't re-signed him, man. I'm thinking any day now that they're gonna come in and say, yeah, they just re-signed Myers. I had him a 3-year extension, $51 million. That's what I had projected for him. But you might be right, bro. He might have to show consistency that he could do it. Perhaps make another 1,000-yard season happen. Be there for Geno all year on clutch catches, first down situations, and score the football to stay around, right? To get that extension, right? I feel you. You're right, because they could turn around and say, hey man, we gonna go Jack Besh. We gonna go yeah, we gonna go Dante and Jack Besh with a sidebar of Trey Tucker at the slot. They can say that. You know what I mean? They already got Bowers. So maybe Jacoby. I can see that, but it's a little bit, it's like, if you Jacoby, you like, damn, man, I just caught 1,000 with that hot garbage we had out there last year. But it's a not for long league. NFL means not for long, and it's a what have you done for me lately type of world. You know what I'm saying? We don't care about what yesterday was, what you do today, what you gonna do tomorrow. So yeah, I see you. I feel you. Cool. And I was wondering if they was gonna try to wait Jacoby out. And he's being a good guy about it because a lot of cats will just hold out and be like, man, they're not paying me. They done drafted these rookies. All right, let us start the year with the rookies then. You know what I'm saying? He could have that type of attitude. But I will say, both him and Colton Miller, great attitudes about the whole contract situation, man. They could easily be on some holdout, or at the very least, not at the voluntary workouts, which they were at. Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. He's in the final year of his contract. and just had his best season of his career last year. But I know what you're saying. He needs to come back and do that again. And but that's the thing. No, well, I'll take that back. I was gonna say he don't have guaranteed money, but he does. But no security, man. If he gets hurt this year, he could be out of the league if he's not signed. Nah, you would think that, bro, but he's only 29. Cool. It seemed like Jacoby is finished, but I would say, man, he's right in his prime, man. Like, look at Adams. Devontae, what? Devontae about to be 33. So just think, Jacoby, he's only 28. He's gonna be 29, if I'm not mistaken. Jacoby is 5 years away from how old Devontae Adams is right now. Devontae's still going pretty good. So I don't think he at the end. Now I do agree this might be his last, big contract. From here on, it might be, kind of like a, sign here, sign there. After this, if he's able to get a 3-4 year deal, um, right now, I agree with you. It's probably not going to be too much more after that. But let me see. Let me make sure. Yeah, Jacoby 28, bro. 7-year pro. Right? So at 28, man, you might not have another 10 years to go, but you got a solid 5. I do think he'd get a job. If the Raiders cut him this year, definitely. He would definitely get another job. Immediately, too. He wouldn't be on the streets 10 minutes. Cool. He wouldn't be on the streets 10 minutes if they cut Jacoby Myers. Which they, don't get me wrong, which they not gonna do, but my main man was just saying, in a heartbeat, hell, the Steelers would probably pick him up. If the Raiders cut Jacoby Myers, he'll probably be a Steeler in 20 minutes. Tomlin will be like, what? Man, let me get that. My guy JD, yes, he would. Yes, he would, bro. Yes, he would. My boy JD finna get off. Man, glad to entertain you, man, in your last 45 minutes or so of the shift. Probably kept you from going to sleep, JD. Yeah, Var. Omar and Mike could get in there and be like, oh, man, let's get Jacoby Myers in here, man. Because he's a locker room guy, man. Don't make no fuss. None of that diva crap. He just runs out there, man, and does his thing, man. Catches the football and blocks. And Coop, you seen him get the little reverses and whatnot, man, and score the football with that, man. The guy is useful, man. If not the Steelers, somebody would get him immediately, but that's not even gonna come to pass because the Raiders aren't, they're not gonna cut Jacoby Myers. He's one of our better players. Undrafted, the NC State, I believe. Yeah, Jacoby, man, used to play quarterback, a little bit of QB in high school and college. Went to college as a QB. Um, what about Colton Miller, Mark, the big tackle? Now he's sort of coming down the stretch. Well, bro, he's only 29. I know it's like dog years in the NFL, but you think one of the young guys, because I didn't even mention that. They did draft Caleb Rogers and Charles Grant as tackles this past draft. So maybe they're going to try to push Colton Miller. It's like waiting to sign Colton Miller. But, if it was me, I would go ahead and sign both of them, Miller and Myers. But that's a whole nother show. We did that. We did a show on that. Perhaps Thursday we'll do a live about that. So, okay, y'all, I'm about to jump off. Tomorrow we're going to come back and say who needs to break out on defense for the Raiders, man. So that's what we got to look forward to tomorrow's live. Um, all right, JD, you good? You out of there? About to break out? That's right, man. Glad to get you through that, man. I know how that last hour can be sometimes, nephew. So good looking out, man. Appreciate you being on the live. Make sure you tell, you know, your brother, cousins to jump on the live when they can. I know they on their rack right now, dog food. But yeah, okay, push it to the crib. All right, yeah, man. Appreciate y'all for showing up, man. I'm gonna go ahead and jump off. Pull this train on into the station. 14K likes, man. Appreciate y'all. I mean, wow, that's wild. I didn't, didn't even think we could get, 14K. And I'm just, this is like my third or fourth time going live, so we're gonna get better and better at it, right? Appreciate everybody for showing up. And man, like I always say, man, just win, baby.